Hi boys and girls, welcome to week 3 of Cumberland at Home Summer Edition. My name is Mrs. Driggers and I am so excited to spend this week with you. This week in math, we are going to be reviewing all the different skills that we have been focusing on over the last couple weeks. Today's lesson, you will be fishing for tens. You will be looking for numbers that when added together make 10. Are you ready? Let's begin. Okay, boys and girls, before we get started on our lesson today, you're going to need to take out your deck of cards from your learning kit. Out of those cards, you need to pull out one set of numbers, okay? Each card in a deck of cards has there's 4 3s, 4 7s, 4 6s, and so on. You want to pull out one set of numbers, but you want to make sure that you are pulling the cards that when you that represent the make 10 buddies, make 10 partners. Okay? You will have 12 cards. Okay? These are all 12 cards you're going to use. You're going to need a 10. Remember, a jack is 0, 2, 8, 9, remember the ace is a 1, 5, 5, 4, 6, 7, 3. Once you have these 12 cards, you want to go ahead and shuffle them up. You get them all mixed together so they're not sitting next to one another. And you want to lay these cards face down so you cannot see which card it is. All right, I'll give you a minute just to take care of that and then we'll get started. Today, we will fish for tens. You will use objects or the counting on strategy to join two numbers together to make 10. Just to review, this is a 10 frame. A 10 frame is a grid used to support with number sense. To show numbers on a 10 frame, fill the top row first. Then move to the bottom row starting from the left side. Okay, are you ready to begin? Today, we will fish for tens. Imagine all of the cards that are face down on my table. Imagine that they are fish swimming in a pond. Our job is we're going to fish for a 10 by selecting a card, starting with that number, and figuring out which number we need to add to 8 to make or equal 10. I will be modeling the first round using a 10 frame. When we play this game a second time, I will model using the counting on strategy. Are we ready? Let's get started. First, begin by selecting a card. This is 9. I'm going to build 9 on my 10 frame. Remember, I'm going to begin at the top on the left-hand side, and I'm going to fill up the top row first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can you help me make 10? How many more do I need to make 10? That's right. I need one more because I have one more space on my 10 frame. So I'm looking for a 1. So I'm going to pick a card and pick it randomly. I'm going to look at it. This is a 3. Is 3 the same as 1? No. Does 9 and 3 make 10? No, they do not. So both of these fish need to go back into the pond. Clear off my 10 frame. Now I'm going to select a different card. This is 6. I'm going to represent 6 by building it on my 10 frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What number do I need to equal 10? How can I find that out? I can count the number of spaces left on my 10 frame, or I can build onto my 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am looking for a 4. Did I pick the right fish? Yes, I did. So does 6 and 4 make 10? Yes, it does. So because I made a 10, I can take these fish out of the pond. You will continue to play this game until all of the fish are out of the pond. Okay, so I'll pick another card. Here's 2. What do I need to add to the number 2 to make 10? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 8 more to make 10. So I'm just going to choose a card. Remember, the joker is 0. Is 0 what I need to add to 2 to get 10? No, this does not. 2 plus 0 does not equal 10. So both of these fish go back into the pond. Clear my board. I think I was looking for 8. So I'll build 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 and 2 make 10. Now here's the tricky part. I have to remember where I put the 2 when I put the fish back in the pond. Okay? And if I recall, I think it was this card. Is this a 2? Yes, it is. So does this pair of numbers, can I join 8 and 2 together to make 10? Absolutely. So repeat after me. 8 plus 2 equals 10. All right, and because this pair makes a 10, it can leave the pond. keep going. Five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do I need to add to 5 to make 10? Right away, my brain sees a whole row empty. So if 5 are at the top, 5 must be at the bottom. To double check my thinking, I'm going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to find a 5 to add to this. Is that a 5? No, it's not. Remember, an ace is 1. So does 5 and 1 make 10? Nope. 5 and 5 make 10. So these are not a match. So both of my fish are going to go back in the pond. Okay. Here's my 9 again. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait a minute, I just had a 1. 9 and 1 will make 10. Now, did I remember where I put my 1 back? Let's see if it's this one. That's correct. Is this 1? Yes, it is. 9 and 1 make 10. So this pair can leave the pond. I have 3 more pairs left. Oh, so this is 0. The jack in our deck of cards represents 0. So 0, do I put anything on my 10 frame? No, because 0 is nothing, right? So, if I have nothing to start with, what do I have to add to 0 to make 10? That's right, I need to have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, I need to find the card that has 10 on it. Let's see if it's this one. That was a pretty good guess, Mrs. Driggers. All right, so here we are. 0 and 10. 0 plus 10 equals 10. Does 0 and 10 make 10? Yes, it does. Great job. So because 0 and 10 make 10, I can take this pair out of the pond. Three. 1, 2, 3. 3 and how can I figure out how many I need to make 10? I can add on to my 10 frame. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need to find 7 to make 10. Is this card 7? No, it is not. Does 3 and 5 make 10? Nope. I need 3 and 7 to make 10. So both of my fish go back in the pond. All right. Here's that 5 again. 5. And I like to keep the same eraser or same manipulative if I like to use the same counter or same manipulative to represent the number so I don't get confused, so I can see the two parts that I'm joining together to make 10. So here's my first 5, and I know I need to have a second 5 to make 10. And if I remember correctly, did I pull up a 5? Absolutely. So 5 and 5 make 10. That equation could be written 5 plus 5 equals 10. So because we made a pair, this pair is going to come out of the pond. Now, if Mrs. Driggers did this right, these two cards should make 10. So we have 7. Do we remember what 7 needed to be added to get to 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many more to make 10? 1, 2, 3. Do I have 3? Absolutely. So 7 and 3 make 10. Very good. So the game would be over because you were able to match all of your fish in your pond with its correct partner to make 10. Great job, boys and girls. All right, you ready for round 2? This time, what Mrs. Driggers did is I took my pairs of numbers and I shuffled them up and mixed them up, and then I laid them flat down again. And this time, instead of using our 10 frame to help us figure out what number we need to add to the card that we pull to make 10, this time we're going to use the strategy counting on. Remember, when you count on, you lock that number in your brain, and you can use a manipulative like a penny to slide as you count on to the number 10 and stop. And then that number of pennies would tell you what number you need to make 10. All right, are you ready to get started? Awesome. Six. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What do I need to add to 6 to make 10? 4. Very good. Pull this card up here. Is this a 4? Nope. This is a 10. Does 6 and 10 make 10? No, I need to find 4. So because these two cards do not make 10, both of them have to go back into the pond. Try again. 3. 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 and 7. I have 7 pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 make 10. Is this a 7? Nope. This represents 0. Is 3 and 0 a pair to make 10? Nope, you're right, it's not. I need 7. Two. All right, so now I'm going to count on from 2. Build, as I count on, I'm going to stop at 10 and see what I need. 1, or excuse me, let me try that again, start over. Lock 2 in my brain. Count on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What do I need to add to the number 2 to make 10? I need to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm looking for an 8. Is that 8? No, it's not. I'm not doing so well the second round. I'm not going to remember where all these cards are. So I'm going to keep going. If you noticed, did Mrs. Driggers make a mistake when I was counting on at my last turn? Yeah, I did. Is that okay? Yep, it's absolutely okay. We make mistakes all the time, especially in math. But it's most important that if we catch our mistake, we can quickly correct it like I did. I realized I didn't lock that number in my brain. Before I started to count on, I just started counting the number of pennies I was sliding, and I just realized what I was doing, the mistake I was making, and I stopped and I started over. All right, let's try this again. All right, there's 1. 1. Let's count on 1. Lock it in my brain. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I know that I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need to find 9, and I'm pretty sure I just had a 9. Is that 9? No, it's not. Is it frustrating I have not made a pair yet? Yeah, it's a little frustrating, but that's okay. I'm building my math fluency to help me look for and it's okay to feel frustrated. Frustration just means that we're trying something that can be a little bit challenging and we can get frustrated that it's not really working for us. But this is when it's really important to use growth mindset and not quit and give up and throw our cards all across the floor and get all mad, right? This is where we need to use perseverance. We kind of have to lean in to the discomfort and frustration that we feel that we haven't made any matches or any partners and been able to take any of the fish out of the pond, right? So sometimes when things are hard and challenging and all we want to do is quit or throw our cards all over the floor and say, I'm not doing this anymore, we have to really kind of find that place inside of us that says, you know what, I still can do this and I've got this. And we just kind of persevere through it, because once we start to make those pairs and we start building those numbers and those fish start moving out of the pond, we're going to feel really, really, really successful and we're going to feel really proud of ourselves. All right, so let's continue. Mrs. Driggers is having to persevere right now because of the last couple rounds. I haven't made any matches. All right, I have 3, 3, let's use 3 and count on, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so how many did I count on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm looking for a 7. Is that a 7? Nope. So right now I'm about round 5, it feels like, where I have not been able to make a match. And because we're counting and we're looking for numbers and they're flipped over, it's okay to modify or to make a slight change in our game to help us as we are continuing to build that number sense and build that math fluency in making 10. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip my 4 over. I'm gonna keep my 3 flipped up, and I'm going to flip over this card. All right, so that's gonna kind of help me. So if I were to pull a card that makes 10 with this number, I'll know where this is, right? Do I wanna flip up all of my cards? No, but is it okay to make some adjustments so we can start to build that strength and build that success of making the numbers 10? Absolutely. All right. Let's try this one. 2. I went ahead and flipped over another card to kind of help us as we are looking for the numbers that we can join together to make 10. All right. Eight. Let's count on from 8. See what we need to do to make 10. 1. Oop, I made that mistake again, and I caught myself, so I'm going to start over. Can you tell me what mistake I made when I was trying to count on? Did I start by locking the number 8 in my brain and count on from 8? No, I started when I pushed that first penny up. I said 1, right? I need to lock 8 in my brain. Make sure it doesn't go anywhere. 8, 9, 10. How many pennies did I add as I counted on? 2, very good. I think, if I remember, is that 2? Yes, it is. So does 8 and 2 make 10? Absolutely. So we just made another make 10 pair. And so these 2 cards are going to leave the pond. All right, let's do one more together. And if you're playing along, you can definitely, while at home, finish your round, but I'm going to model one more. All right, let's flip over another card. Okay, so I have 7. If I count on from 7 to 10, let's see what I need to find. 8, 9, 10. How many pennies do I have? 3. Just so happens to have a 3 flipped over. So does 7 and 3 make 10? Yes, they do. We made a make 10 pair, so these fish can come out of the pond. All right, now, kind of on the roll, maybe the next time I find another pair, I won't feel like I need to flip over cards, but I'm going to flip over a second card just because we still are having a tough time. All right. 10. So if I pulled a 10, do I need to count on and add anything to 10 to make 10? Nope, I don't. So I need to add nothing. And what digit represents nothing? 0. Very good. And I actually have the 0 flipped over. That's our jack. So 10 and 0 make 10. So I'm going to take these fish out of the pond. I'm going to do one more because I know I didn't really have to model for that one. We have 5. Okay, I'm going to do 5. I'm going to count on from 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm looking for another 5. Is that 5? No, it is not. So both fish would have to go back into the pond. All right? So continue, if you're playing along, continue to find your make 10 partners and find your matches. This is a great activity, boys and girls, to help you build that math fluency for numbers that when joined together or added together make 10, right? You want to get to a point as you get stronger and stronger mathematically is that when you see a 2 and an 8, your brain automatically knows, oh, 2 and 8 make 10 without having to count on or use a 10 frame. If you're counting on and using a 10 frame right now, that's okay. But just know that the more you practice, the more fluent and the more natural it's going to come to you to know these pairs and these make 10 buddies. So when you see them, it's an automatic, oh, I know 7 and 3 make 10, or 6 and 4 make 10. All right, so continue to fish for 10s, and I will see you tomorrow.